What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for another Tottenham update and some transfer rumours to get through today on this fine Monday afternoon. And yeah, look, not the greatest publications that we're going to be talking about, but we're going to talk about them nonetheless. And
we don't stop.
we're going to start off talking about an update from Indicalia News. And
David Ornstein approved.
Exactly,
days.
David Ornstein approved. Also, Sky Sports have been mentioning them as well. And they say, we already broke the story that Chelsea want Ivan Toney loan in January. However, we also understand that Thomas Frank has contacted Toney directly on a possible loan move to Tottenham in January. I just can't see this happening. But we've got Solanke, we've got Richarlison, we've got Tell that can play there. We've just got a loan move for Kolo Muani as well. Like what? So we're going to have 5 number 9s going into second half of the season.
It's obviously rubbish. I mean, look, who knows what the plans are for long term for the strikers in our squad. Maybe Toney down the line could be an option if we need a striker, but I don't see us needing a striker in January. Yeah. Unless the form is that bad that we just need a reinforcement in there because none of them are scoring. You never know, that could happen. But and obviously Toney and Frank have a great relationship. I'm sure Frank would like Toney in the squad, but I can't see the club signing off on signing yet another striker. It makes no sense.
Do you think he becomes our best number 9 though if we were to get him in January?
There's a case for it. Yeah, he probably does, to be honest.
So like, if that is the case, should we be looking to bring him in and move some of the strikers on that we have?
Down the line, maybe. I think you just got to give the strikers we got a chance. Look, we'll see how they go between now and January and all of this season. We've got, for me, I've always said I think we've got 3 good strikers there. All of them are capable of scoring goals. Yeah,
that's fair, but like, surely, like, you want to be a bit, ruthless and cutthroat. And if you can get a better player, get a better player.
Yeah, it's fine. And if we can, and if one of them needs moving on in January, I don't mind. But.
See, I've always said no to Toney because of apparent attitude problems and stuff like that. But now Frank's here, I think it's a different case because like Frank obviously knows how to get the best out of him.
If we're talking about a loan deal, would I move on one of the strikers permanently to get Toney on loan for 6 months unless there's an option to get him in permanently?
Yeah, no, there has to be an option to get him in permanently.
And how much wages is he on? I don't know. What Ivan Toney's weekly wage? What do you reckon he's on?
Hell of a lot. He's in Saudi, for God's sake.
I don't think he's there. 400,000.
Yeah.
Potentially increasing to 500 with bonuses.
This is a new Tottenham, though.
Nah.
This is a new Tottenham.
Yeah. This is a new Tottenham. We're not going to be spending 400 grand a week on Toney.
How much is Harry Kane on?
He's probably on similar. But that's different. That's Harry Kane.
Yeah.
So I can believe it for Harry Kane. He's on 414,000.
414. I mean, if you go in next season with your 2 strikers as Kane and Toney, I mean, that's unreal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Never going to happen.
Never going to happen.
I would love to see it, though. I really would love to see it. And yeah, I would welcome Toney in January. Even if it is like alongside the strikers that we have now, I would welcome it just because I think it's an upgrade. However, I just think it's highly unlikely.
Yeah, and I wouldn't do it just for a 6-month loan deal.
Next up, we're going to talk about Antoine Semenyo as top tier ITK Himothy on Twitter says that Tottenham have made Antoine Semenyo their number 1 target. He's talking about potentially in January. They'd like to get it done in January, but seeing as how Bournemouth, how he's playing on it for Bournemouth this season, it's highly unlikely that you can get him out of Bournemouth in January. And, the money that they're going to command for him, never mind in January or the summer, is going to be astronomical.
Yeah, of course, we know we want him in the summer. He then signed a contract to Bournemouth that killed that deal for that summer. We know we wanted Semenyo. That deal is now dead. He just signed a contract to Man City. So we're definitely on the lookout for a winger. I think that's clear. A left winger to add to our attacking options. I think Semenyo, if we come back to it in the summer, I don't think January is viable because that's going to be even more expensive than if we are to bid for him in the summer in January. So I think if come the summer, it's going to cost close to 100 million potentially, especially if he continues his form he's on. 9 goal contributions in 8 games. He's having a real phenomenal season. He keeps getting better and better every year as well. He's a phenomenal talent, one that would be amazing. Obviously, one problem is he's an Arsenal fan, and we've just been through this with Eze, where we obviously had a bid accepted, and then Arsenal kind of hijacked it. There's obviously that possibility, which I don't think we want to go through again.
How
Obviously,
much money can Arsenal keep spending without falling foul of PSR, man?
I mean, but they do have they got Martinelli and Trossard. Obviously, Trossard just signed a new contract as well. Eze can also play off the left. He's played there a few times. So are they in desperate need of one right now? Although definitely you could definitely say that's one area where if you were being super critical, they could probably upgrade in and get us a left winger there.
I think, yeah, look, Trossard's got a year extension. So in the summer, he's going to be going into his last year. So I fully expect them to be looking to move on Trossard in the summer and look to upgrade him with a like of an Antoine Semenyo or someone of that kind of quality to really get a world-class talent on that left wing.
Well, I can see Eze playing there a lot.
Yeah, potentially. But I think they want an out-and-out winger.
Yeah, but they got
Eze.
They got Martelli and Eze as their two options. Do they need to spend 90 million on one? But maybe they do. Maybe they feel like they will. I don't know what they're thinking. I would feel like maybe like they wouldn't be that desperate to do it. But
when you're looking at their squad, right, where else can they upgrade? They're not going to just not sign anyone. They're going to keep wanting to improve, and that's the spot to improve.
Fair point.
So I think they will look to get someone like a Semenyo in, and like he's said on multiple occasions, I'm an Arsenal fan. Whenever he's asked about a transfer, he always says I'm an Arsenal fan.
That doesn't necessarily mean it'll be Semenyo they bring in.
No, obviously it's not. There's no links there even. I don't think, but I just think it makes sense.
They could go for someone else, maybe cheaper.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they won't want to spend
Rodrigo.
The money. Maybe they could go Rodrigo. Maybe they won't want to spend the money it'll take to get a Semenyo. And I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking, but. Maybe we won't. Are we going to spend the money that Bournemouth are going to want? Is that contract means he's destined to stay at Bournemouth for?
I wonder if there's a release clause in that contract.
Yeah. I wonder how much it would be for.
Yeah, but look, he's having an astonishing season. Need to get kudos on the international breaks to say, look, there's a spot here for you at Tottenham if you want it. This is. Come play with me. Come play with me week in, week out.
Yeah, the agents have been doing not bad. Van der Ven. We had agent Van der Ven. Now we got need Kudus to get on the case.
Come on, Kudus. Do the job, mate. But that's Semenyo. This is an interesting one from a Catalonian publication called Sport. And they say Tottenham are in the picture to sign goalkeeper Marc-Andre Ter Stegen in the winter market. Tottenham are in contact to sign the player in January, and Spurs are said to be serious.
I used to like Ter Stegen, but he's been really bad for like a while.
How long's a while?
Like 3 years.
Really? 3 years?
Yeah, he's been quite bad. I mean, they haven't replaced him. Obviously, Chesney's been there, but only when...
No, they've got Juan Garcia.
Yeah, that's right. They got Garcia, you're right. Who I think they prefer.
They do, yeah. Ter Stegen's completely out of the picture now, apparently.
That's right. They didn't include him in the squad, did they?
He's injured. He's been injured for a while, but he's actually back next month.
Yes, but I think they didn't include him in the squad. Their squad, if I remember. Anyway, not for me. No, if we're serious about, if we really don't believe Vicario is the future and we want a new keeper, which I'm not convinced that Tottenham think that. I don't think you go for an aging Ter Stegen who's been out of form for a long time. I don't think that's the play.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I haven't seen too much of him, to be honest, over the last 3 years. I know Barca aren't too happy with him, and there's got to be a reason for that, and it's probably performance-related. But look, he is injured, has been injured for a bit, and he's back in November. But, yeah, I can't really see Spurs moving for a goalkeeper in January. But we do have Kinski waiting in the wing, so if Vicario keeps making these mistakes, then Kinski's there ready and waiting to take that spot.
I would be very surprised if we're serious about Ter Stegen.
And last but not least, Calcio Mercato claimed that Spurs scouts have made the trip to South America last week to watch Vasco da Gama winger Rayan, who has been setting the Brazilian top flight alight this season. The teenager is thought to have a release clause of 34.3 million in his contract, although it has emerged over the recent days that Spurs could face competition from the likes of Chelsea and Nottingham Forest for Rayan's signature. There could be an auction for the teenager in January, and Tottenham are said to have jumped to front of the queue for his signature. So 9 goals this season in the Brazilian League, 1 assist, 19 years of age. Apparently, I mean, I think we have been linked with him in the past as well.
Wouldn't mind a Brazilian wonder kid. Why not? I mean, I don't know him. Not a teenager from the Brazilian League. If Chelsea are still actually interested, they seem to be picking up a lot of Brazilian wonder kids.
Yeah.
It's good to get them early until before they're worth like 100 million. But and we need a winger. But here's another, obviously young. We got another couple of young wingers at the moment. I don't know if he's any better than what we have, but maybe he is. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think like our young wingers are all natural left. I mean, he's a natural right, so it's a bit different.
Okay. Then that means what, is one of his Johnson leaving then? I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't bet against it. I mean, he can barely get starts at the moment, can't he? With Brendan, like I do feel like with our squad at this moment in time, we probably do need more options on the right hand side because we can't just keep relying on Kudus the way we're relying on him.
It's like the Harry Kane conundrum, not to that extent, but like we always needed a striker to help Harry Kane, but you needed someone who kind of knew they were never going to play ahead of Kane. And I don't know if that's the case with Kudus, but it's a kind of similar thing.
Yeah, but I think like now more than ever, you need a squad and you need to be able to give players rests and you need to be able to, even like take them off at 60.
But we've got Decky coming in as well.
Yeah, that's true. Decky's coming back. That's also true. So look, I don't know, but like 6 months ago, not even 6 months ago, like last summer or the summer just gone, like this would have been like right up Spurs' street. I don't know how Spurs are going to maneuver the next few transfer windows just because we've just never seen it, but these are the kind of signings that Levy loved, didn't he? Like young up and coming talent.
Maybe it's a sign him and loan him out job. Who knows?
We don't know how good he is, but he's smashing out the Brazilian league, and the Brazilian league have been producing really good talents.
It's true.
Really good talent.
Veliz was smashing out the Argentinian league.
Yeah, not the Brazilian league though.
Yeah, I know, but still South America.
Yeah. But look, that is your Tottenham update for today. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts regarding all those news stories that we've brought to you today. Do you think there's any truth in any of them? Let me know. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.